Hi, hello, how are you? How is everybody?
Still waking up.
Understandable. Welcome back to our Monday campaign, Sawyer 7, as always. The Desire DM Rai. Welcome back. Um, last week was interesting. You all, as I open the wrong thing, you all were back in his hometown of Wilsine before getting attacked by an interesting person who you didn't 100% deal with in the Feywild and had been stalking you through the countryside back to Little Scene before having a little bit of downtime. Before a certain mage came and had a conversation with you. I saw that reaction. And then getting a teleport to a possible entrance into the Dwarven kingdoms in the North Mountains. And that is where we're going to take off this evening. As you guys are getting your bearings here, what would you all like to do?
What's the weather like?
It's cold.
Put on my cold weather gear.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
All right.
Not freezing my little dragon niblets off.
It's it's nowhere near as cold as it was in the north, but it's still biting through because it is a mountain pass, and so there is wind whipping through the area that does seem to make it seem a little bit frostier than it probably is. Since you look up at the mountain surface, snow covering about 3/4 of the mountain this time of year.
How high are we up?
You guys are down in the foothills. You guys are at the base of kind of this mountain.
Are there any signs of like travel or traffic, like footprints, anything like that that would indicate like where we need to go?
There doesn't seem to be.
So, is the weather calm? Or is it like slowly, like here and there, picking up?
Sorry, say that again.
Is the weather calm? Or is it slowly, like off and on, picking up, then slowing down, picking up, and slowing
Yeah,
down?
it's kind of like that. The wind picking up and kind of going in like that wave. Yeah, yeah,
So, visibility and hearing is going to be a little tough.
yeah. It doesn't seem to be a lot of snow or debris kicking around. Hearing will be tough, yes. But seeing not too much.
Anyone remember how high we have to go up to find this door?
No, they didn't say. They just said it was somewhere around here.
Where's Gandalf when you need him?
Oh, is that another one of your dragon gods?
There's all sorts of dragon gods, but only one true dragon god.
Just say yes.
Io.
Any like signs of life or other people around? Any signs of like settlements or anyone passing this way at all?
Make a survival check.
Guidance.
Natural 20 for a 26.
Okay. I was gonna. Is your nature modifier the same too?
No, I'm not proficient in
Oh,
nature.
okay. I don't know. I
So
thought it
that
was
would
the
just
same.
be
Yeah.
a flat
Survival then.
+1.
Survival then.
So yeah, survival 26 plus guidance if I have guidance.
You
but
do.
28.
Off to the north, to like the way north, you see tiny wisps of smoke coming through the trees. Like probably like a day travel away from you all. But other than that,
I point out the whiffs of smoke to the others, and maybe we should head that way. There's something or someone over there. Whoever it is might know more.
Maybe they might have someone there that can help. Could be a small village.
Better than searching around here by ourselves. I get the feeling it would be looking for a needle in a haystack.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt.
Just hope they're friendly.
okay.
Yeah, head that way.
All right. So how would you guys like to proceed? So important thing. Would you guys like to stay on the foothill, like traveling on the mountain, or go like along like the base of the mountain, or go down the little tiny foothill area where you guys are into the forest and travel?
Gesundheit.
What time of day is it?
You guys left in the morning, so you have quite a bit of time. Because you also remember you gain an hour.
Right.
No, wait. You lose an hour, but it's still before noon.
Well, if we have, so you said it was about a day's travel.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a day's travel if we go straight through the forest, or a day's travel if we go around through the foothills?
It's kind of like 12 one way, it does in another.
Okay. So it's basically, do we want to go through a forest or do we want to go through the foothills?
Pick your adventure.
Royce,
The
what do you-
foothills would probably have better visibility, at least some of the time. But I guess if it's more important to us that we aren't seen, the forest is better.
Something tells me we're already being watched.
We usually are.
Forest is probably the best bet. We got cover there and trees to hide behind if needed be.
Royce, you're the outdoorsman. What do you think?
I think either way, we're already being watched. It doesn't matter where we go. I have the same feeling. They already know we're here, and it all depends which one you all think is going to be easier to travel.
Above game, which one is your favorite terrain?
I have multiple now. Mountains, forest, and grassland are all favorite terrains.
It's a solid spread.
So it won't affect me above game.
Oh,
Well, if we think, I don't know, if we think they're watching us already, I don't know. The forest seems more dangerous to me. If we think they're watching us already, we might as well stay in a place with good visibility. So at least we'll be able to see.
oh, so we don't get ambushed from behind a tree or something.
Yeah.
Look around. Is there like any type of road, like
Doesn't seem.
travel area?
From where you are right now, there doesn't seem to be.
If we follow the mountain, will it take us towards that way without going in the woods?
Try rephrasing that for me.
If we follow the mountain, does it take us into the woods?
No. You'd stay out of the woods if you stayed on the foothills.
And the foothills themselves are fairly like unforested.
Yes.
Like you can have good visibility from up there.
Yes.
So it's basically we keep out of sight but risk an ambush, or we can see whatever's coming, but also other things will be able to see us too.
I say the foothills is probably our better bet then.
I think I agree.
Probably then.
I don't feel like getting ambushed by 30 tribe people or whatever behind trees.
Okie dokie. So you guys are gonna take the foothills?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. Um, let me pull this information up. Make a. I'm gonna go with another survival indoor nature check.
All right, so that's probably the highest.
Who is that to?
Just two of you in general. It doesn't have to be somebody specific.
Nature, or what was the other?
Nature or survival.
I assume guidance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Survival was a nat 20 for a 26 for me. And then I'll add the guidance in, which is a 30 now because I rolled a 4 on that die too.
Okay.
Well, I rolled a natural 1 and a 2 on the guidance, so that's a 9.
What did you get again, Royce?
30.
All right. As you guys set out, staying in the foothills, along this path, it goes from being like a smooth, round edge from like the sea breeze kind of carrying along from the southern tip of the mountains. And just the southern tip of the mountains, before any of you fuckers say that.
Just a tip.
It's gonna ruin all of our fun.
Right?
He's not even here.
I have to make some of those jokes myself. It becomes more jagged and there's sharper edges. The paths become kind of narrower in some places where there's holes in some of the paths you guys take. Make
The mountain is a mimic.
yeah, roll initiative. It is now. Roll initiative, motherfucker. No, I'm kidding. Roll a perception check for me.
Is that everyone?
Anybody who? Yes.
I'll give Alvin guidance.
I'm gonna use
20
passive.
25, Rai.
Okay.
Also 25 for me.
I have advantage in perception, so I'm not even going to re-roll that. I have a nat 20 for a 30.
Okay. And you're using passive, Lucy?
Yep.
Oh, I need to roll for too much. That's a 9. You have had sneaking suspicions that you're being watched. And you are. But not from where you thought you probably would be. All of you have a sneaking suspicion you're being watched from higher up in the mountains somehow. Little tiny rocks just kind of tumbling in places that they shouldn't be.
I'll turn and look that way.
And look up. See if I can see anything in the mountains.
You see nothing. Like, obviously, you don't see an outline of like a dwarf or a person or something, but you don't see anything that sticks out, but it does seem odd. Like,
I mean, maybe it was
the
worth asking.
the rocks, like for lack of a better word, like some rocks seem out of place would be the only thing you kind of notice.
I'm going to have my Drake fly up there, kind of take a look since we have that inkling.
Okay.
I stand there and just wave.
Okay. As you guys go along further north too, and less protected from kind of like the warmer breeze from the ocean, the path gets a little bit more snowy. You see some pine trees kind of work their way in along the mountains. Not a lot, but a tree here or there. And eventually, like 4 or 5 hours in, the path branches off. One kind of goes low, another one kind of goes higher up into the mountains, but doesn't really go up the mountain, but kind of stays on like a different level.
And is the low path the one that went toward that settlement or that
Yeah, the low path
smoke
would
that
be.
we saw?
Yes.
From this whole time traveling, I will bring up the rear.
Okay.
I think we head this way toward the settlement. Hopefully we can get, I'm not sure what's there, but hopefully we'll be able to get a night's sleep at least.
Maybe they
See
are.
if anybody knows anything about these dwarves.
Maybe these people are friendly. Hopefully.
Well, even if they're not friendly, if they like money, we can pay them to be friendly enough.
So you guys are going to take the low road. Correct. Cool.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I gotta figure this out. Not what I wanted. I'm sorry, give me a second, because you guys didn't throw me for a loop, but you threw me for a loop. All right.
Half a loop?
Half a loop.
But not a fruit loop.
Loop de loop.
Hula loop?
All I want's a hula hoop.
Monkeys and rabbits in my soup.
Yeah, that's a good one. Okay.
Then Louis.
So as you guys head off the mountain and kind of back down in, I'm going to need everyone to make perception checks for me again.
I'm gonna use my passive.
Okay.
17. It's without guidance. So,
Now I've guidance.
Bael, give your guidance to whoever you want.
Yeah, I will. Alvin.
18.
I have a 26.
Okay. You are, like, for lack of a better word, like 5 or 6 steps into like the forest off the mountain path. When you guys go down, you immediately feel sets of eyes on you.
Seems we're being watched.
Look around to see who can, like, if I can see who's watching us.
People close to, shorter than Bael, taller than Tomash, you can kind of see things like that moving in the tops of the trees.
How tall is Tomash again?
Let me actually open the right campaign character sheet this time.
I am 6'2".
Yeah, I knew you were like.
Yeah, he's 5. He's 5'8",
6'2".
5'7", 5'8". On Tomash.
Okay. So like medium creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that doesn't really narrow it down. I mean, I suppose not dwarves.
Also not satyrs.
Or
True.
pixies or fairies.
Yeah, or halflings or gnomes.
Or sprites.
Goblins.
Probably not furbolgs? I don't know, I haven't actually encountered any. I've only read of them.
Oompa Loompas.
Oh, what now?
I'll say, we mean you no harm. I'll say it in Celestial, Common, and Draconic.
You hear nothing back, but you hear more movement in the trees.
I'll say it in dwarvish also.
I'll throw out Elvish.
When you say it in Dwarvish, the movement stops.
I'll continue in dwarvish and say, "We need your help."
pulled up. They got. My site I use for dice rolling is down. What's your AC, Alvin?
22.
You hear in unison all around you just as like 20 crossbow bolts just get fired at you from the top of these trees. 6 of them hitting you for a total of 38 points of damage.
So they're each -3.
Yes.
So 38 minus 18, I take 20.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
Are we rolling initiative or are we still talking?
If you want to keep talking, you can keep talking.
My Drake is gonna fly down and like get, I guess, above us with his wings open.
Okay.
and roar.
No, he's gonna be defensive about it. He's not gonna try to provoke him. He's not gonna do that.
I continue speaking in Dwarvish and just say, we have no quarrel with you. We need to find the dwarves in those mountains. Please help us, and if not, we'll be on our way.
You will hear a extremely guttural language deep back yelled at you. None of you understand, except for God. That's why I wish he was here. Tomash, who will relay back to you all that they are no dwarf friend and recognize no friend of the dwarf.
Tell them we're not friends of the dwarves either. We just need their help.
Okay, he'll relay that to them, and we'll hear back in short order. Yet the one speaks dwarf.
I turned out.
I'll tell Tomash, like, tell them I was speaking dwarf because that was the language they responded to. I'm happy to speak a different language if they prefer. We speak all kinds of languages. That's surely they heard us.
Yet, so he's gonna. What the hell would that be? Would that be persuasion?
Persuasion?
Yeah, for Tomash though.
Guidance.
Oh, okay.
Okay, there he goes. He's the one speaking because language barrier. So this is 16 plus 0 plus a 1 for 17. You'll kind of hear like sounds coming from the trees. You guys can't really make out what's being said. Until one voice kind of screams out, and Tomash will translate again that They do not accept the friends of dwarves.
I mean, we already said we're not friends with dwarves. We just seek their help. Call it a neutral.
Yeah, we've never met the dwarves. We're not friends of anybody. We've got a job to do and we need to find them. That's all.
We need to hire them to make something.
Above game, if they hate the dwarves, maybe leave that part out. Alright, I'll do another. It's another persuasion, so I assume you're going to give him guidance again? That is a 19 plus 0 plus 4 for 23, which is about as max as he can roll.
That's gooder.
If you're playing along at home, drink. He will hear back and from them. If you're looking for those filthy mountain dwellers, and he is translating directly, you've missed your turn.
Who got there first?
What?
Like, did somebody else get there first, or
No,
do
like you
mean
missed your
wrong,
turn.
we took the wrong path? So I'll say, through Tomasz translating, yes, we know they're up that way. We're just not sure exactly where, and we thought that maybe we could find shelter down here for the night.
Yeah, sleeping in the cold sucks.
Well, that's not good. That is a 5 and a 1 for a total of 6. And all you hear back is, and he'll translate directly, is find it with the dwarves.
Sorry, what was that?
Find it with the dwarves.
I'll walk over and heal 20 points to Alvin.
We understand. We'll be on our way then. Sorry for bothering you.
All right. So I assume you guys are on back.
Sorry, you said you healed me for 20?
Yeah, I have 30 points left to heal. Now it's up to 50 in one shot.
Okay.
So we head towards that smoke? Or do we head back towards the mountains?
I think this was the smoke.
It's still a ways off if you guys would go back up the foothills and look, but yeah, you're pretty sure it's an orc settlement of some kind.
Tomasz, what language was that they were speaking?
Orc.
Do you think that's who it was? That was some orcs or half orcs?
Not many other people speak orc, so probably a good assumption.
Just a tip of orc.
what she said.
Now we're forcing it a little bit. Good
How
effort,
much data do we have left?
since he's away, probably like another 3 hours.
Yeah, I guess we might as well just get as high into those mountains as we can
We can
before
make camp.
nightfall.
Yeah, we can make camp then. Wood to eat and good there, Megs. Bueno.
Oh my
Yum.
god, mini Kinder eggs.
No eggs.
I have Reese peanut butter Easter eggs.
Nice. Y'all making me jealous. Alright. So with that, you guys are gonna head up the other pass, I presume, instead of going backwards. A little bit further up the pass as you guys go back to the kind of branching path and go up the mountain pass. There are frozen bodies on the path, both orc and dwarvish, different arrows and style of crossbow bolts sticking out of the body. Like, this is kind of unfortunately, a little bit of a conflict zone between the two.
So
Yeah,
basically, one
I'm
side's
getting
trying to
that.
control the other.
So the immediate sentiment is maybe that's why they were hostile as soon as a word of dwarvish was spoken, because they don't speak it, but they recognize it when they hear it.
Yeah.
I'll give.
Tomasz, do you think it's best if you keep out of sight, at least until we can smooth the road a little bit
He'll
with
put
the
his
dwarves,
he'll put
so to
his
speak?
he'll have his heavy weather cloak on and kind of pull the hood over as far as he can.
I'll
Just so you
give
can't
each-
immediately tell he has green skin.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask how well does it work?
Yeah.
I'll give each of the bodies the rights. A blessing.
If he has his head down like this, you can't really tell.
Tomasz, are these your people, or do you come from somewhere else? You've been not the most forthcoming with information about yourself.
I still have the hat of disguise he could borrow.
Yeah, but then you have to unattune from like his weapon or something.
Oh
Now you're making me read people's. Now you're making me read people's backstories.
yeah. While they're talking, I'm gonna give these
You
bodies the
you've
rights.
told me like 9 times about how Tomasz has a 2 sentence backstory.
It is a 2 cents backstory, but it's not on his character sheet. I actually have to find it like on a pinned message in a chat with cats. Sir.
So this ain't it, is really what I'm asking. Like that wasn't
no.
his
No.
cousins or something like that. That was just different
No.
orcs.
His parents were both half orcs and left the village. And left a village like that, so he never grew up in some place like that. So yeah, I'll tell you that no.
So if his parents were both half orc, so then is he just a quarter orc?
No.
No, if his parents were a half orc and a human, then he'd be a quarter orc.
Or something else besides an orc, yeah.
But 2 half orcs might be
Potentially can make a full orc, genetically speaking.
Yeah, D&D
Or
genetics
can
just
just
aren't
make
worth.
a human genetically.
Or
That's
just be a human
always
genetically, yeah.
more of where my brain was going.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
technically,
D&D genetics, just like if you think about it for more than a few seconds, it
it
all breaks down.
it falls apart. Like a human, like a centaur and a mermaid could have a child, and it could be just a regular human in D&D.
Mm-hmm.
Still kind of crazy.
I kind of have imagined Lucy and Alvin's children as just humans with horns.
Who get like
Or
misrecognized
humans
as
with goat
tieflings.
legs.
Well, the goat legs would be if they took on the full thing, but I mean, they could theoretically just end up being humans with horns.
It's possible.
But that's a whole conversation for a different time.
Actually, no,
But-
it's a perfect conversation for right now, so I can get maps ready and stuff. Actually,
But tieflings at least have like hooves.
not all tieflings have hooves.
Not all of them. Some
That's
of
true,
them.
not all.
I think only Sayane, or however you pronounce it, tieflings do.
Yeah, my
No.
tiefling had feet.
All right.
He
Um,
wasn't hoofing it around.
As you guys are kind of making your way through the craggy
On my
northern,
way.
thank you, northern pass and upper pass, it kind of goes back up around to the right, like there's another turn in it even further up to the mountains, and eventually you come to a clearly man-made surface, like 3 surfaces in kind of like this tucked in away cave with a slight not a cave, but like an overhang with 3 clearly man-made surfaces, but just smooth wall, like no clear door going in.
I think this is it.
Does look like it.
Look down at the ground and see how recent the tracks in and out are.
Make a survival check.
I have a +6, so I'll give myself guidance. 15.
The snow kind of makes it difficult, but there are tracks. Or sorry, the fact that it's icy, like it's cold and like mud doesn't unfreeze and refreeze. But there are faded tracks of snow coming, kind of going in and out of your bigger, kind of heavier duty boots.
He said duty.
I did.
So are these boots like bigger than human size, like orc size, or dwarven size?
Were they made for walking?
He had to process that. He's like, nope.
Mm-hmm. Look, it's a good joke.
It's not. It's fine.
Yeah, I was just saying that to make you feel better. Um. All right.
So do we? It's just these flat surfaces and then a sheer wall. There's no sign of any door.
Correct. If I showed you the map, it would give away the door location, but
Right.
there's
And so we see some boot tracks, and like, are they going toward a particular point on the wall?
they're going towards the so there's 3 flat surfaces and there's like a little, for lack of a better word, there's like a little tiny strip of rock in between the flat man-made surfaces. So it's like flat surface, a little bit of rock, flat surface, a little bit of rock, flat surface, a little bit of rock. So you can see that they're man-made. They kind of go towards the center point on the center one, but kind of disappear.
Tomash, do you want to use your wand of finding secret doors?
I read that. Shit.
1 second.
Are we gonna have to speak friend and enter?
So Rune Door is a certain type of enchantment, and I'm actually making sure that it does work on it.
Or at least like reveal where a rune door
Because
is.
fun fact, that specific interaction is supposed to happen in a D&D published adventure, so they would have rules for it. And it does, which is Dungeon Jeep. Dragon Heist Dungeons of the Mad Mage. There we go. And it does. So he will use the second of the charges on it, if you so wish.
Is that thing just 3 charges ever? Or per day?
No, he just actually has just completely forgot to remove a charge from it.
Oh, okay.
He just completely forgot to do it. It's three charges at dawn. And actually, believe it or not, in the floor where the footprints disappear, the rock starts to raise out of it, and this staircase kind of down into the mountain appears. And as it does, this warm air kind of comes over all of you guys.
Like, how warm? Like 30, 40 forges warm?
Like comfortably warm in the cold.
I guess this is it.
I
Lucky
will
you kept that wand, Tomash.
Yes.
go. You want me to go first or last?
Oh, I
I'll
should
go
have totally been writing these down.
I think I'll go first. I speak their language.
Alright, I'll cast light on your spear.
Thank you.
Just a tip.
1 second. As it opens, make a perception check for me, everyone.
I will use my passive.
24, Rai.
I'm also going to use my passive of 16.
Okay.
With advantage, I have 28.
Tomash got a 6, so he's going to use his passive of 11. So, Tomash and Alvin, you hear 2 heavy crossbows cock. Royce and Lucy and Bael, or no, yes, hear 8 crossbows, heavy crossbows cock like they're ready to fire.
As soon as I hear them cock, I'll stop walking and put my hands up in a non-threatening
You speak
way.
Dwarven.
And I'll say, please don't shoot. We're friends. We need your help. And we bring an offering.
Above game, I thought it was a couple offerings.
I'm grouping the 3 things into an offering.
You're back in common. Alright. You got my attention. What do 5 people such as yourself and a dragon have to do with dwarves?
Who do we have the pleasure of addressing?
That you're not gonna find out.
Well, I'll start. I'm Bael.
Royce.
I don't think they care what our names are. They want to know what we want and the offering.
The more specific
We
about
seek-
your business you are, the more less likely I am to kill you.
We seek the aid of this kingdom on a matter of grave importance, an existential threat to all of civilization as we know it. Us, you, everyone.
Interesting.
If we had any other choice, we wouldn't be bothering you.
As a show sign of faith, I'll put my shield on my back and my weapon on my side.
All right. And you see, almost as if stepping out of the wall, like 8 dwarves kind of putting their crossbows on their side, pulling their cloaks back, and it takes them from looking like rock to like dwarven faces. Some type of magically enchanted cloak that makes them blend into the mountains.
Elvish cloaks from Mordor.
Hey, look, I can do that too.
I don't think your elvish cloak does the exact same thing.
I have hide in plain sight now.
Oh yeah, that's right. And the one that kind of has like a shorter groomed black beard with several kind of like twisted braids into it continues to talk. All right, should we continue this conversation inside in front of people with better authority than me?
That would be lovely, thank you.
All right then.
Put your weapons away, people. Just, you know.
Well, I need it because that's what you casted light on.
I'm pretty sure they can see in the dark.
I can't.
I will guide you.
I can't.
You also can't, by Al.
I
I'm
know.
pretty sure.
No, he does.
Yeah.
It's you and me.
Oh, I didn't realize Dragonborn had dark vision now.
Yeah, the new ones in Fizbin's do.
That's broken.
Yeah, there's only 6 races without it now.
It's like humans, halflings, and all the fey creatures.
Pretty much. All right. So in Dwarvish,
I'll put the glaive away then.
so in Dwarvish, you hear him say 2 in front, 6 behind these guys in case they try anything in Dwarvish. As 2 dwarves kind of motion everybody to follow them as they kind of start to go down the stairs.
And I just reply in Dwarvish, we wouldn't dare try anything, my friend.
Yeah, just suspect nothing, plan for everything.
My kind of man.
They'll lead you down kind of staircase, and it's dark. Like, it is a dark staircase. And it gets to, and eventually you kind of hear like the door kind of sealing itself back up behind you. Before everybody kind of stops. And the dwarves, you hear them fumbling around with something. Pull out kind of like another rune stone and press it to the door. And another one opens, and it opens up into like this gigantic underground city. Columns as far as you can see, 100, 250 feet tall to keep the cavern open. Buildings almost all the way up to the ceiling as well, carved out of stone, some built later with additional stone that had been cut out. To your left and right, you cannot see the end of this place.
I'll comment to our Dwarven guide. Wow, this is magnificent.
Yeah, it's kind of a blessing to get to live here every day, isn't it?
There's another word for magnificent. This is amazing.
I guess they don't talk much about our cities up on the surface, do they?
Uh, we read in books, we hear stories, but I don't know that there are many of us who have seen anything like this in person. And what's your name, by the way?
And you're never gonna find it out.
Fair enough. Sorry again for probably butchering your language. I learned it when I was young.
Hey, I speak it better than most bloody people that I've ever heard.
I'm a I'm a blacksmith by trade. It's kind of an occupational necessity in that line of work. I'm sure I'm nowhere near as good as the crafters you have here.
Yeah, crafters, and they start walking you through the city, kind of surrounding the five of you with the eight of them. You guys are getting gawked and googled at by civilians walking by. Um, Even the crafters here are better than the Dwarven ones that have left home and lost touch with the Heartforges.
I'm kind of taken aback by that because I didn't expect him to bring up Heartforges first. I also didn't expect it to be plural.
Oh, what
You
you've
said
heard that?
Heartforges.
Oh, you've heard that word before.
That's why we're here.
It's the center of our civilization.
For all intents and purposes, when I had to step away, I'm still like mesmerized looking around, so I didn't really hear much.
Hmm. Only the most skilled crafters to pass the trials get to use them.
I'm sure your crafters have far surpassed my skill.
Never put yourself down there, Alvin.
It's called diplomacy.
Took me many tries to become a cleric, but eventually I became one.
We're specialized when we come out of the ground from a very early age.
You mentioned crafters who have left home, lost touch.
Yeah.
Has How long has that been a problem?
Oh, it's always been a problem for the dwarfs, those who decide to go to the surface and stay there.
Was it out of curiosity or just
I don't know what it drives people to leave. It just does.
it is a big world out there?
I can understand living down here your whole life and being curious about the surface, but I guess I'm surprised more people don't come back.
It's either an I don't even know how to word it, to be honest with you. It's either they can't find the way home or don't want to.
That makes sense. I think I've heard of some other human communities in Valerian who call it Rumspringa.
Yeah. I'm not surprised. filthy humans have a word for it.
We do tend to have a word for everything, especially things we don't fully understand.
Yeah. All right.
So who do we talk to? The head honcho, the king?
I mean, typically no, but in this case, you said you had an offering, and heroes don't come along very often. And you kind of guys realize you're kind of being guided around like a corner, and as you do, there are 2 stone doors that go all the way up to the top of the columns, like 200 feet in the air,
Damn.
about 10 feet wide.
And they're probably thick.
Thick with 3 C's.
Thick.
Damn, them doors is thick. Sorry, bad joke. He kind of stands and looks over at the guard standing in front of the door and kind of nods. And they open heavily and slowly.
Grinding against the ground and stuff.
No, they're perfectly balanced, but the weight of them you can hear like it. The mechanism, no, mechanism, there we go. Working to perfection inside these doors to open them with just 2 dwarves, even with all that size and weight.
I'm just looking up at the ceiling, looking at the mechanisms of the doors, and I'm just in awe.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this is where I'm going to leave you for now. But enjoy your conversation.
Thank you for your help.
Before I walk in, I turn. May I acquire your name, good sir?
Thag Shadowbane.
Nice to meet you, Shadowbane.
Good luck. You're gonna need it.
Oh, ready to meet royalty?
Yeah, you guys going into the room? Okay. So this is looking more and more like an RP episode. Let's take our break there. Cool. I'm muting all the Hi, welcome
Keep having to
back.
throw it out.
Uh-oh. Keep having to
Good.
throw out what now?
Nothing.
Okay. All right, as you all step into the room, the doors close behind you. It's very dimly lit by sorry, I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at. I don't even know what I said. Yeah, that just came through on my timeline.
Are you laughing at what
Yeah,
I just DM'd?
yes, I am. The most Victor Robles RBI ever.
Yep.
Dimly
Sorry,
lit.
that was baseball related.
Anyway, lit. The room is lit by several dimly lit braziers, as I have learned how to pronounce them finally. Braziers.
Yeah, that's a different thing.
It is an entirely different thing. Those being lit on fire would be bad, potentially.
The braziers, are they
Yes, I know.
AA or triple A or
Braziers. And at the end of this hall, there sits a gigantic, probably 50-foot tall stone throne with a staircase kind of winding its way up to the seat. Guards, Dwarven guards, full plate, full decorative plate armor, like gold and mithril inlaid into this armor just to create an intricate design. Giant glaives, like 3 times the height of them, kind of dotting along wherever there's a column. Um, and someone kind of in like a robe, like a clerical kind of person that deals with appointments, kind of puts their hands forward and motions you to walk towards the throne area. And if you notice in the floor, there's kind of like it's kind of like a singular tile color in the room, except for this kind of gold tile in like a box near the throne.
I'll whisper to the person in robes guiding us. What's the proper way to address the king?
Say in Dwarvish, the great king under the mountain, and a slight bow. Make sure you're inside the gold box when you talk to him. You'll see it on the floor.
Thank you.
Yes.
As we're walking along, I'm just like looking around and seeing the marvelous architecture.
Um, as you all approach and stand in the box with the tiles on the floor, how would you like to proceed?
I'll go in front again.
Okay. As you guys get in the box, what are you doing?
I will bow.
Yeah, I'll do the slight bow that we were instructed to do.
Same.
I think everyone will follow suit.
And I guess even though I'm kind of projecting this air of confidence, you can probably tell that I'm just super nervous with this imposing room.
Okay.
King under the mountain, we bring an offering in hopes of you helping us in return.
So I have been informed by my associate.
I'll take the three dwarven items out of my backpack: the battle axe, the warhammer, and the suit of plate armor, and just kind of like lay them out on the floor in
I'll
front
help
of
him.
us.
I'll help him.
And then I'll say in Dwarvish, "O great king under the mountain, these are uh, items of dwarven craftsmanship that we found for sale on the surface, and we thought it only right to return them to where they belong.
Mm.
And we do this out of deep respect for you and your people.
A thoughtful act. Kind of snaps slowly. Bring them to me.
Lucy will guidance him right before he starts walking up, since it lasts a minute.
And I'll guidance myself and help in Alvin.
Who are you guidancing? The person taking the items up?
I am.
Okay. And a different person in a similar looking robe to the one at the front of the room, which is very confusing to you, kind of comes and picks up all of the items and starts carrying them up the stairs. Long flight staircase, and kind of sets them on this kind of like table next to the throne. Before I look at them, what can I do for you all?
Well, Great King Under the Mountain, we are the group known as Sawyer 7, and we come to you at a time of urgent need, not only for ourselves, but for all civilized communities all across the world. In order to protect civilization as we know it, we have urgent need of the use of one of your heart forges. I understand that this is not a simple request and not one to be taken lightly, and we would not be asking if there were any other way.
Takes a stein from the cup rest. Armrest. Puts it back down. I understand that is a lot to ask. However, seeing as what you brought me, and what I assume you need the heart forges for, if you undergo the trials which no crafter of non-dwarven heritage have done, I see no reason not to let you use them.
Can you tell us more of these trials?
They are a secret to all but the master craftsmen that have undergone them.
I understand. You mentioned that you think you know why we're here.
Yes.
Just out of curiosity, why do you think we're here?
The All-Hammer, our All-Father, told of a day where the heart forges would be needed.
I'm afraid that day is today. And I can prove it.
Interesting.
And I will take out Moradin's favor and hold it up in front of him.
eyesight is going. He is old. That is not good on perception.
As he pulls it out, I look around at everybody else's reaction.
The guards don't react at all.
The cleric?
Slight confusion.
Please allow your wisest sages to take a look at it
No,
if
no.
necessary.
Bring it closer. Let me see it. You.
I'll bring it. I'll bring it as close as he wants me to bring it.
He doesn't motion for you to stop moving until you come up onto the platform where you're like a couple feet below him. And I assume you're just gonna hold it out.
Yeah.
Gift from a previous age. As he switches to Dwarvish in front of you. Yet to fall into non-dwarven hands is interesting.
Once we are able to craft the necessary items we came here for, I'll be happy to return this artifact to you where it belongs.
That is acceptable terms.
Looking over the king, does it look like he's sick, he's ill, of any type?
Does he need healing?
I wasn't even thinking about that.
I just wanted chat to take a drink.
Look, it's a good joke. It's a great joke, even.
It's a gooder joke.
Yeah, but if you're playing at home, drink. Make a history check for me, Bael.
Give myself guidance. If it stops rolling under my damn PC.
Nope. Not gonna happen. Impossible.
28 total.
Okay. You know dwarves live for an incredibly long time. He looks old for a dwarf.
Can I tell if this is a poison or disease or just old age?
Or a curse.
I'll give it. It's just old age.
Okay.
Like, you know that dwarves can live to like 350, 400 years old and rarely show signs of aging even in their advanced years. Like, they rarely get gray beards. He has fully gray hair and a gray beard, like, potentially pushing 500, which is extremely old for a dwarf.
He must be hardy. Probably can still kick ass, too.
Those are acceptable terms, and seeing as how you brought relics of our kingdom to us here, we will house you for the evening before the craftsmen of your group undergo the trials on the morrow.
That is acceptable to us as well.
Excellent.
King under the mountain, with your permission, would it be okay with a guidance or a guide to look around on the outer edges of it so I have something to write about to my people?
We have not allowed a historian to write about our kingdom in centuries. Do this first, and then we can discuss potential inquiries.
I bow.
I'll just, as I back away from the throne, I'll just thank him for his time and his hospitality.
You are quite welcome. Enjoy your stay.
I bow again.
Oh man, this is exciting. I wonder what the rooms look like.
And I assume we'll just slowly back out of the gold box and turn back.
Yeah. And you make your way out, and then the person that kind of told you when they guided you in speaks to you in Dwarvish. Yes, if you all would follow me to your accommodation for the evening.
I reply in Dwarvish, certainly. And I just motion for everybody else to follow.
It takes you like another good 35, 40 minutes of wandering through the city. This place is huge. Before you get to these kind of, it's 3 stories of carved stone house. And he opens the door. Yes, food will be delivered. Bedrooms are on the 2nd and 3rd floor.
Pardon me, do you sell stuff here?
Unless you have rune coins, it'd be quite difficult to buy things. But we do have stores.
How do you acquire rune coins?
Be a dwarf and work here.
So there ain't no like platinum gold exchange for them?
We've never really had a need for one before.
I'm afraid Republic credits are no good out here, Bael. He needs something more real.
Take a point.
Good one.
Get me with the Star Wars references.
The fact that I knew it was a Star Wars reference without, again, having ever watched Star Wars.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
Or in whose line is it anyways? This isn't the one you're looking for.
Yeah.
Maybe they have some real meat.
To our guide, I'll just, as an aside to him, I'll mention. Like, we noticed on the way up that you seem to be having problems with the orc camps at the base of the
Yes.
hills.
Yes.
Is this a recent dispute? It seemed to us like it had been going on for quite a while.
I'd wager more than a century at this point.
What
What
is the tribe's
what's
name?
The what?
The tribe's name.
Oh, we just call them the dirty orcs.
what started this conflict?
Um, they killed on coming back home the daughter of the king.
So there's no reasoning with them.
We weren't very successful reasoning with them either.
And now they somehow believe that we started it and continue to try and raid and get inside our doors. Because they don't live as long to see out grudges as we do.
How many are there?
There is no war in Ba Sing Se. That I do not know, unfortunately. But
Have you tried sitting down and talking? I don't ask out of
oh,
naivete. I
yes,
know
several.
that
Oh yes, several times. They're not really good at the sitting down or talking part.
I understand. I don't ask out of naivete. I just know that we're gonna need every able body for the wars to come.
There's not much that could convince them of anything besides their own interest, unfortunately.
I'm afraid this is of everyone's interest.
Yes, but try convincing them of
I mean, we're pretty good at convincing people.
that.
So do you know of any news of the Lich up here? Have you heard any rumors or whispers of what he's up to?
There's always whispers of another evil outside of our doors. That's how they keep so many of us in here, I believe.
Well, thanks for your help.
Certainly.
Thanks for your kindness, too. Would it be possible if I can get a trinket that was made from your people as a keepsake? Since I don't have rune coins.
I'll see what I can do.
I'll go explore the bedroom.
One other question, if you don't mind me asking.
Yes.
It seems rude, but I don't know what the name of your community is. What do you call yourselves? All we heard on the
Ourselves.
outside, but
Ourselves, this place.
yes.
We just call it the Great City. I do not know what name they've given to us on the outside.
I think on the outside, all we heard was there were rumors of dwarves living in these mountains.
To be fair, that's the way we like it.
Yeah, makes things easier, I guess.
Although, if you're looking for a more specific name, the family that is our king, mine is Earth Thrain. So I suppose if you want to call us something, you could call us the Kingdom of Earth Thrain.
Earthray.
Thrain. Give me a second.
Thank you again.
Easiest way for me to keep notes is clip certain parts.
You okay over there? Anyways, if you explore the rest of it, everything is very, very angularly constructed. 95 and 45-degree angles, everything out of stone except for the beds and the sheets, which are made out of this sort of like rough and scratchy material that you can't quite place.
I'm gonna go investigate and see if I can like find out if it's from an animal I know or something.
It's goat. It's mountain goat.
Not very comfortable beds. Let's just say
Yeah.
that.
While we wait for the food to get here, I'll just be in my bedroom just reading and rereading my book about Moradin, just trying to find any kind of hint or anything that could help me with whatever these trials are tomorrow.
Make an intelligence check.
Inspiration?
Yeah.
Inspiration? Inspiration.
Should have saved these for the trials instead,
Natural
man.
20.
Should have saved them for the trials instead.
It's all right. I used 3 and got a natural 20 for a 21.
Okay.
I still have a few left for tomorrow.
Excellent. You don't get, as you read it and reread it and go over all of the pages of the book again, there aren't so much hints to the trial as things that were said about Moradin that are possible hints, because obviously he favored crafting and skilled craftsmanship of the dwarves. That was what he favored the most. So you would kind of imagine, with obviously getting a 21, that they're probably things that would help you in Moradin's eyes to be able to get access to the Heartforge, not necessarily impressing the dwarves or the king himself in terms, or the other master craftsmen in terms of the trial. If that makes sense. can word it another way if it doesn't.
So it's like the book gives me hints about how to impress Moradin, but not necessarily about how to impress.
It's more that Morden favored. God, now you have me re-questioning how I fucking said all that. God damn it. No, it's more so that you get the sense that the master craftsman, even if it was out of their sensibilities, but it pleased Moradin, that they would be okay with it.
Gotcha.
So you get the idea it may not be about the master craftsman, it may be about something genuinely Moradin related.
So sort of the opposite, where it's not really as important that I impress them as it is that I
Correct.
win, like that I earn the favor of Moradin.
Yes.
Well, that's a start. And yeah, after that, I'll just come back out into the common area and wait for food.
It doesn't take long. Probably about 30 minutes after the guy leaves, you hear the door open and you hear some dwarves shuffle in, and smell of roasted like potatoes and root vegetables, and a whole roasted goat is sitting on the table. With utensils and things to serve it, obviously brought as well. As well as several quarter casks of beer sitting on the table.
Look, I found where they got our sheets from, and then I'll head over there and pour myself some beer.
I look to Lucy and say, I think we've still got the alchemy jug if you prefer something else."
Thought we gave it to Penelope.
No, but then she gave it back.
Then I thought we gave it back again. Either way, it's fine. I'll drink this. It's not a problem.
Okay.
How are you feeling about tomorrow?
I was honestly, I was more nervous for that conversation than I am about tomorrow. I'm still kind of nervous about tomorrow, but I feel better just knowing that we've gotten this far.
Good. I think that conversation was very important, and you handled it wonderfully.
Alvin just blushes.
She'll pull out the daggers that he made. I have no doubt in your craftsmanship for tomorrow, Alvin. These are lovely. I know I didn't say much at the time, but thank you. They're beautiful, and I can't wait to have them enchanted with something. But even in the meantime, the fact that you took the time and made them for me, that means a lot. Thank you.
Of course. I'm only sorry they're not better. I've always kind of expressed myself with working working with my hands more than anything else, if that makes sense.
She'll just give a little, like, playful head, shaking her head back and forth and kissing
Not
on the
like
cheek.
that.
No, No, not like that. Because he doesn't think that they're good enough. And she thinks they're fine.
Nothing I've ever made has ever been good enough. You'll find that's a recurring theme.
At least you can do things, make things. I can embroidery. Yay. I wasn't taught how to
Hey,
do anything useful.
don't knock embroidery. Who knows? Maybe our
Pretty things are useful.
maybe for our next challenge, Gond will make us make some super important embroidery of the gods.
Bad for that day.
You never know.
So what's Bael drinking? Because I don't think he liked the goat's milk, and he's not going to drink the beer.
I think he
I
needs beer.
Lucy, I find it's usually best just not to ask too many questions about Bael's dietary habits.
I will ask if they have any like orange juice or milk, not goat milk or yak milk.
Goat milk.
Oranges?
What?
You have oranges?
What?
Well, I think you're just gonna have to deal with what we have.
I will not poison my body with that stuff.
Just means more for me. Thank you.
So above game, do I still have the alchemy jug or not? Because it changed hands a couple of times, and
I think so. What I think happened is you gave it to Penelope. Penelope's like, "You guys, you need it back," and then you're like, "Nah, you can keep it," and gave it back to her.
yeah,
That's
and
what
then we
I
and then we
thought
needed it
happened.
for something and immediately took it back
But
and
then
used
you
it,
still gave it
but
to her.
just gave it back. Okay, so I'm
Yeah.
just taking it off my inventory then.
Guess it's goat milk.
I mean, I'm sure they have water or something by Al. Like there's this entire mountain is covered with snow. It can't be that hard to make some water. If you'd prefer.
I'll drink milk.
The milk we don't have because they have goat milk.
Yep.
It's the same old. They'll bring you a picture of it about 10 minutes, and it's the same old uh, grassy tasting milk that you hated the last time.
Do you
Must be a
all
delicacy this far north.
do you all take suggestions up in here?
It's kind of
Get
like
some get
shrug.
some get some cows. Get cow milk.
Get what milk?
You know, Bael, I don't think they have a place
Ow.
for. I don't think they have a place where cows can live up here. I know the mountains, and they don't survive here very well.
And I get the feeling these people haven't really taken suggestions in a couple thousand years. Seems to have worked out all right for them so far.
Yeah. What kind of food did they bring?
We got a whole roasted goat,
And
potatoes.
random assorted root vegetables that have been roasted.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah, I'll just have some dinner.
Excellent.
I imagine I've had goat before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goats, animals get old, animals die. You've definitely had roasted goat before.
Oh, plus just living by myself on the road for years, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah. For totally.
I'm gonna pick up one of the knives and start like carving off some meat from the goat and getting potatoes and loading up my plate, pouring another mug of beer since Bile's not drinking it, and I'm gonna start eating.
I'll eat too. With my grassy vegan vegetarian milk.
And I imagine there's like a large carving knife.
Mm-hmm. I came with all
So
the utensils
because
and stuff to do it, yeah.
yeah, we've got all our utensils, but then like a big carving knife
Mhm.
for the goat. And then because I can't help myself, I'm just gonna be examining the carving knife and looking at the craftsmanship, and it's like, oh wow, I've never seen anything
It's better than
like this.
some knives you've seen thrown at you
Yeah,
in terms of craftsmanship, yeah. Like it up there.
I'll try balancing it just on my finger, and it's just perfectly balanced,
Perfectly balanced as all things should be.
as all things should be.
Perfectly balanced.
And you see me just like geeking out about the craftsmanship of this knife.
As all
Yeah,
things should
exactly
be.
like that.
Anywho.
And when I look up and notice the rest of you rolling your eyes at me, I'll say, "Oh, sorry," and I'll put it back.
It does.
Look, Alvin, I know you're gonna be fine in these tests. You say that your knives aren't good enough, or you always play with them and show them off, but you know what you're doing.
I appreciate the vote of confidence. I They said no non-dwarf has ever passed these trials. I'm not sure I'm
Point of correction,
God's
no
chosen.
non-dwarf has undergone the trials.
Oh, well, no non-dwarf has ever even attempted these trials. I mean, I'm fine. I don't know if I'm God's chosen blacksmith or anything like that, but I guess we'll find out.
Just keep a pure heart, a clear mind.
Can't lose.
Point by hell. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, I love that show though. Alright, after you guys are done with dinner, you can settle down for an evening. I will say they do have running water in the city too.
I'm gonna take a bath.
Yeah.
A nice hot bath.
It literally is coming out of the taps. The hot is almost coming out boiling.
I am going to be nowhere near Bael while he's taking said bath.
Probably a good idea.
I'm actually gonna be cleaning my armor again, spending time actually cleaning up and taking care of my equipment while he's doing that.
Okay.
Is there an outdoor
Yeah,
space
there's a
or
patio.
like a patio
Yeah,
or
there's a
something?
patio on the second level.
So
That kind of
I will
overlooks
just
the
be
city.
standing out on the patio and looking out over the city, just
Alright.
marveling at it.
It is incredible to look at and just admire that it was all carved out of like most of the buildings were carved out of stone. Obviously, the cavern was cleared out and the pillars were carved out of that stone to support the structure and things. So that's incredible. A feat of craftsmanship, really.
It's just it's Ironforge, right? Basically.
A mix of Ironforge and Casa Doom from Lord of the Rings. But yeah, more Ironforge in terms of the angulars of like the tile in the floors and the building shapes and things.
But 20 times bigger, probably.
It not in game, but in canon, probably twice as big as Ironforge. Because you gotta remember, Ironforge is 5 levels, canonically. Sorry. Sorry to flex on you. All right. Does anybody want to do anything before they go to bed?
After the shower, feeling refreshed, I will clean my armor and then to say a quick prayer to Io.
I'm gonna pray to again, just like last night. I'm gonna try to pray to two gods. This time, Erithus and Moradin. To just beseech Moradin for his guidance and his wisdom and his skill as I undergo these trials tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm gonna pray to Alondra, obviously, and just ask that she lets me know like if everything's okay now and settled with the Feywild and my sister and everything, and also if there's any extra luck available for Alvin in the morning.
Basically, my short prayers with Io also helping Alvin watch over him, stuff like that.
I am not going to pray. I've already had enough of those bad dreams.
I rolled
Done
it
with
for
that.
you just in case you said you were. So good to hear it from you.
And it was bad, so good thing.
Yeah, it actually was a 99, so. You psychic over there, Royce?
No, it's psycho. They're much different things.
No,
Oh
he
my
has
god, I'm both. I have
he
I
has,
don't know,
EMP.
ESPN, I guess.
EMP.
That's what I was trying to say.
I've got
EMP.
EMP.
EMP, right?
ESPN or
Knock
something.
out all the electricity in this place.
Take a point. I love that. It's a good joke. That's Mean Girls, right?
Yes.
Yeah. There's a 30% chance that it's already raining.
Already raining.
The musical's in DC, and I missed out on going to see it.
Yeah, I've missed out on. They did previews in DC before they were on Broadway, and I missed it then too. I'm mad.
Yeah. Also, sorry, totally unrelated. While I kill a little bit of time here. I did not realize that they workshopped and did all the previews for Beetlejuice in DC.
I don't think I knew that either.
Yeah, I've been watching a shameless plug YouTube channel called Wait in the Wings that does documentaries, like 40-minute documentaries on different shows and stuff.
Did they do the Michael Myers mask that was molded from William Shatner's face?
Oh yeah, it's a good one. There's a musical called Slasher, but it hasn't debuted on Broadway yet. So we'll see what that's about. Anyways, anybody else want to do anything before they go to bed?
So Slasher is actually a SpongeBob horror musical, and it's the hash slinging slasher.
It'd probably make me want to go see it more, to be honest.
If SpongeBob's in it, I hope he gets destroyed.
SpongeBob's a good musical. Anyways. You all get a restful night's sleep and get your long rest buttons. And wake up in... Huh?
Is it me or is D&D Beyond acting stupid
Yeah,
slow?
D&D Beyond is stupid slow right now.
Stupid, yeah.
So, and this is not confirmed. Like, somebody did like statistics on it. He thinks that everybody runs their campaigns on Monday nights because it's typically when D&D Beyond is the slowest. Which makes sense. Shrug. Anyway, as you guys wake up in the morning, it is confusing because the light is the same outside as it was when you went to bed.
Right, do I have any sense of what time it is, though?
Do you have a sense that you have about 10 hours until sundown?
All right.
Whatever that means. Because you just have an innate sense of when the sun sets and rises and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll just get up and take a shower and get ready and
Cool.
come downstairs. And is there, are we getting breakfast in here as well, or?
Yes, there is breakfast ready at the table.
I'll
Cool.
I'll just sit down and have some, and I'm just, thinking about the trials and trying to psych myself up.
So
And
it's like cheese pastries and things, like heavy things, like that.
I ain't even gonna ask.
What?
Eggs.
Nope.
Fish.
Nope. Cheese pastries and rye breads and butter, but you're guessing it's goat butter.
I'm
Now what
more
a
curious where
fucking
they got the
Danish.
bread.
They can probably grow rye.
Underground?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
It's also a notoriously hardy cold weather crop, so they could grow it outside on the mountains too.
Sorry, Lucy was saying something?
Yeah.
I just said now I want a fucking pastry. I want a Danish now. Thanks, Rai Rai.
You're welcome. You're
Guess who's
welcome.
going to Sheets after this?
Yeah, right.
I want sheets now. Why'd you do this to me, Rai?
I really want sheets now.
Chili cheese dogs.
All right, guys. I say we take break.
No. It's an all RP session again, so it's gonna be it's not gonna go like 5 hours. Don't worry about
But
it.
we need more downtime.
This is technically downtime, sir.
Mozzarella 5 sampler.
Fuck you. I have like no
Big
snack food in my.
bucket of fries.
I have no snack food in my house because I know I will demolish it like the first day I have it in there. So I hate you right now for saying that. I have popcorn and that's it because it's healthy for me.
Need a nacho platter.
God damn it! And my bar's restaurant closes in 20 minutes too, or else I could go get nachos. Anyways,
DoorDash.
We got 20 minutes, Rai.
after session or after breakfast, after session, I'm definitely getting food now. Fuck you guys. Someone will come and get you to go to where the trials are held.
I stand up and just say like, okay, I'm ready. Can my friends come with me, or just me?
As far as we can let them go, they can come with you to that point, yes.
Is there a place to watch?
Unfortunately, no. But they're welcome to come to where the trials are headed.
Put my hand on his shoulder. We're with you.
Thanks, Vidal.
They'll lead you through.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say I'll try to do you proud.
I hand him one of the bay flowers. Say here, this will help.
What is it? It's just a flower?
It's one of the random cool looking flowers that I plucked.
Thank you.
I actually have a table for this. Give me a second. Or is it one of the specific ones I told you about that you want to give him?
I plucked a lot.
Okay. That is 12, so that will be. It is a red flower with like purple veins and like a stamen in it.
It's
As
beautiful.
he
Where did
as
you
he
wh-
as he
where'd
hands
you
it
get
to you,
this?
he has it cupped and then he hands it to you. When we were first there, when we first arrived,
In the Feywild?
yeah.
Oh.
Oh, my finger was down. I said, I open up my sack. I have a bunch.
And I'll just, under my breath to Bael, I'll just whisper, things from the Feywild are usually pretty nice to look at, aren't they?
I do like that
And then
little
I'll
side
walk. I know. I just walk off after that.
I sense a trap here.
eye.
Anyways. You guys are escorted off down through towards what looks more like a crafter's district over the course of an hour. Before you're finally led into this gigantic building. The person that guided you here says, your friends can wait here in the lobby until the trials are complete. You may follow us further into the building where it will take place.
Okay.
What is your name again?
Alvin DeHast.
Ah, yes. The name is Drew Lim, one of the master craftsmen here.
Pleasure to meet you.
Yes. I'll put it in chat just so you have it. Excellent. And he will lead you back down a hallway into a room that is just a simple forge setup, like what you have back in the little scene. Forge is preheated, anvils, hammers, every possible tool you can think of.
Just remember, we're with you.
You're gone. And
I sent him a message.
burn a spell slot for that.
Yeah.
Nice. And I'll ask you, are you ready?
I'm ready to try.
Do or do not, there is no try. That's above game, by the way.
Yes, I figured as much. The strength worth quote.
And above game, get her done.
So, because Bael said that, that's a -2 on all your roll.
Above game.
I said above
Yoda.
game.
Yoda said, "Do or do not, there is no try." But when he first met Luke, he berated Luke for being too confident. Like, so certain are you? So it's like, which is it, motherfucker? Is confidence good or bad?
There's a right and a wrong type of confidence.
Trying desperately hard to have the right type of confidence right now.
When I was a kid and I first saw that and he first showed up, Yoda, I said, look, it's a walking booger.
I was just like, oh, it's the same guy who does the voice of Fozzie Bear. And I was right.
And Miss Piggy.
Yeah, Frank Oz. Fucking legend.
Give me 1 second. What the heck is Smith Tools technically?
I'm gonna go
Cool.
pee really quickly.
Okay,
I'll be
cool.
right
I'll just do all the rolls for everything that's about to happen then.
So I guess we're just standing around waiting, or can we
Pretty
guide
much.
and look around?
Pretty much. Is it technically survival? No.
What, blacksmithing?
Yeah.
It would probably be. Well, what's it? Performance? No.
Oh yeah,
I
it
would
does.
think performance.
Yeah.
No, because it's clearly a personal entertainment. Performance is clearly entertainment.
It wouldn't be survival. It'd probably be like athletics, because it requires upper body strength and all that.
Yeah. Yeah, I got it. I'm not done rolling everything yet.
No worries.
All right. Person will explain to you. That we're going to ask you to replicate things that have been crafted by God, or more than one of the gods that we have here that we worship.
Sorry, can you repeat that? I think you were cutting out for a second
Yes,
there.
unfortunately, I was. We're going to ask you to replicate things that were crafted in honor of Moradin by master craftsmen, and we're going to ask you to replicate them.
Okay.
You'll have a set amount of time to replicate it. If that's okay, we'll begin whenever you're ready. Oh, and all the materials you need are under that cloth over on one of the workbenches. See this kind of raggedy looking cloth covered. No, after you see the first item.
Gotcha.
You have 5 minutes to study the item. And he'll pull it off, and it is to start off with, just a simple Dwarven style crossbow bolt. So make an intelligence check.
Oh boy. 16.
Okay. Over the course of 5 minutes of examining it, you're pretty sure that you can replicate it.
I will. Can I take out Moradin's favor and just hold it in my hand while I study it?
With the intention of what?
While I do it, I'll just pray to him and silently and just ask for him to guide my hand.
Okay. It gets warm to the touch, but you don't know what that means because metal normally gets warm to the touch. It seems to happen a little bit faster, but you're not sure if it's the property of the metal it's made out of. And you'll put the cloth back on it, take it out of your hand and put the cloth back on it and kind of wrap it up. We're going to lock you in the room now. You have an hour and a half.
Okay.
So I will need a Constitution saving throw from the Heat of the Forge, and I will need an Athletics check from you, sir. The Athletics check to craft it is made with advantage because you have proficiency with Smith's tools. Wait, what?
I'm gonna use an inspiration on the con save.
Okay.
One more. Okay. So that's a 25 for the con save.
Easy enough.
And let me just make sure I mark that off. And then the athletics is with advantage.
Yes, because you have proficiency with smith tools.
26.
Over the course of the next hour and a half, you will take the dark iron that they have given you. It's kind of more black carbon-loaded steel that they seem to make the crossbow bolts out of. Perfectly draw it out and hammer it and forge it into that exact shape of the crossbow bolt with the metal fletchings, and all over the course of the hour and a half. Feel pretty successful with that. Come back in at the end of the hour and a half, knock on the door before opening it.
Before I answer, I'll examine the crossbow bolt while I'm holding Morden's favor and just see if there's any kind of sign from him. I have no idea how this works, so I'm just trying stuff.
Above game, Morden's favor does have a couple purposes. This is not one of them.
All right, Alvin doesn't know that. He's just,
Yeah.
he knows that he needs to earn Moradin's favor, and he has an object called Moradin's favor. So
Yes. It does feel, it's like a not like a squeezy ball, but like a feels good in the hand though.
mm-hmm.
A little bit of stress.
All right, then I'll put it away and open the door.
And assistant will come in and will take the crossbow bolt. Very good. Are you ready for the next challenge?
I believe so, yes.
Excellent. And another assistant will come in with yet another kind of, for lack of a better word, like a wooden tray of stuff, and set it down. It has a cloth over it. All right, are you ready for the next challenge then? All right, bring it in, and he'll motion. Another person will hand him, and it's one of the pikes, the all metal pikes that you saw the guards in the king's room make. So I'll need. You have 10 minutes to study the object.
What's under there?
The materials you will need to make it.
Oh, okay.
Just like last time.
I thought the object I was replicating was what was under there. Sorry.
No, they have the materials covered too.
Gotcha.
So that is another intelligence check for me, please.
15.
Okay. You seem to have a pretty good understanding of what the crafting of this item will entail. All right, very good. You will have 2.5 hours to complete this. Any
Okay.
questions?
No, I don't think so. I'm just examining the pike still.
All right. He will take it out of your hands and leave you and lock you in the room again. So I'll need another Constitution saving throw and another Athletics check.
Okay, con save.
At this point, an assistant will come out, since you guys have been sitting there for a little bit of time, to the four of you, and will ask if any of you want refreshments while you wait.
Do you have any wine?
We have this thing that's like wine, but it's made of honey.
Sounds delicious.
All right. Can I get to anybody else anything?
Yeah, can I get a pitcher of water? some bread
Uh,
and some honey?
The honey doesn't keep very well in the warmth here, so we ferment it. Would you like some goat butter with that? Bread? Or no?
No.
Alright, I will bring those things to you. They're only gone for like 5 minutes before they come back. What did you get on the con in athletics?
So the con is a 26,
Yep. Heat is not bothering you right now.
and the athletics is another 26.
Excellent. And you do take the full 2.5 hours. You feel like you
Make
have
sure I've got it right. And
you have a plus 13. You feel very, very damn confident in this pike that you have crafted to the specifications that they wanted you to, with just very, very simple instructions. All right. And the process will repeat itself again as they come in. Very good. As they take the pike and hand it off to someone, they take the wood tray that had materials on it off and bring another one that's covered up again. Are you ready for the last challenge?
ready as I'll ever be.
And he'll pull off, and it is a layered ceremonial dwarven plate helm.
Nice. Like there's gold and mithril and
There's golden mithril inlay, as well as it being layered plate. You have
I just sort of like sigh to myself nervously because I've never made anything this complex before.
You have the same 10 minutes to examine this helm.
I'm going to take the full 10 minutes and just examine every inch of it.
Okay. Make
Just
an
pray
intelligence.
constantly to Moradin the whole time. Just please, please, please let me not fuck this up.
Make an intelligence check.
I have 2 inspirations left. I'll use one of them.
Okay.
I'll use the last one. 9.
Your confidence by bringing this item out gets a little shattered.
Yeah.
And you have a very, very hard time memorizing the patterns of the inlays and things. And as they're taking it away, in the back of your mind suddenly appears in your memory a perfect picture in the back of your mind to replicate it from. You have no idea where it came from or how you did it. You can only think of
I'll just whisper,
one
thank you.
possible person that would do something like that.
Yeah, I'll just whisper thank you under my breath.
Where do you keep Moradin's favor, by the way? In your backpack of belonging?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Just 'cause I'm curious.
I'll take it back out. And
It
thank you.
is hot to the touch when you pull it out. As soon as you touch it. Yeah, here comes the bad part. I need you can do 3 hours to craft it. I need a Constitution and Athletics like before.
Okay, Constitution
Yes.
is a 27.
Okay.
Athletics is I rolled a 1 and a 2, so that's a 15.
Aren't you proficient in athletics?
He
That's
is.
why I had
Yeah.
advantage.
Yeah, he's proficient
I have
with
a
tools.
plus.
That's why he had
I have
advantage.
I have a plus 13 and advantage, and I roll a 1 and a 2.
And
I have no inspiration
so
left.
what did you roll? 17?
15 for the athletics.
Add 5 from Warden. So that is a 20, correct?
Dirty 20. Thanks, Moradin.
The heat of the forge does not bother you, but the intricate inlay work eventually does catch up to you. And you didn't do it as perfectly or as straight as they did it on theirs. But you've gotten, for not being a dwarven smith that grew up in this culture making these type of items, you're pretty proud of it for your first time. It's not good. It's good. It's not perfect.
So like 75-80% good?
Yeah, somewhere in that range. It's a B minus.
It's like it. So it would be like if I just like wandered into like an upper level grad school physics class and had no idea what anybody was talking about, and then took the exam and somehow got a B.
Yeah, pretty much.
So like it's pretty miraculous that I was able to do this well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And they will come in and take the helmet and usher you back out into the lobby where your friends have been waiting and been served on by the people this afternoon.
When they came back, I'd had the jar of that peanut butter out and bananas.
Didn't all your bananas go bad?
No, because they're in the bag of
The
bag of
Feywild bananas went bad even while they were in the bag of holding.
Yeah, but I had a regular one.
Oh, that's right. You did have regular bananas too. I forgot about that.
Yeah. And I motioned to Royce. Want some? Lucy?
I just shake my head at him. I think I'm good.
As I walk out, I just look at the four of them and just smile. It's like keeping busy out here, I see.
I have an extra sandwich, mouthful of bananas, crumbling down, bread, peanut butter.
I'll just put both hands on Bael's shoulders and just say, "Never ever change."
Bleh.
Hmm.
Belch.
Yeah.
And I'll just collapse down in a seat next to Lucy, and
You were
I'm just exhausted.
very tired.
Elbow slide a pitcher of water to him.
Chug like half of it.
You don't even it after being in that locked in that forge room for so long, like even though it's this like minerally like underground mount, what you don't mind the taste at all. It's like Perrier, except a little bit more minerally. All right.
Well, that was interesting.
Here, eat some of this. It'll get your energy back up.
And normally I don't touch any food that Bael hands me, but in this case, I just grab it and eat it without even looking at what it is.
It's that peanut butter and a banana sandwich.
Ah, yes, the banana sandwich.
It's not the blue bananas. They want that.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
After an undetermined amount of time, not very long, the person who administered your test will come out. If you and your associates would like to join us in the next room over.
All right, I guess this is it.
Um,
I just hope I didn't let you down.
As I get up, I'll leave a sandwich there for whoever wants it. I'll cut it into 4 sections. See if any of the dwarves will try it.
They're all looking very confused at what you did. What did you do to desecrate their rye bread?
It's really good. The rye bread brings it out even better.
Sure it does. And there's 5 dwarven craftsmen, different levels of gray in their beards, kind of sitting. Your item sitting on the table specifically with the item replication. The item that you replicated as well sitting next to it, so they had something to judge it based off of.
Everyone else is with me in this room.
Yes, everyone else is with you.
I'm just holding Lucy's hand while they judge me.
She gives it a squeeze, and you hear in your head, "You got this."
Can I reply
Yeah.
to this message? I'll just reply back like, I could have done better.
I lean over. You smell the banana and the peanut butter. You did pretty good.
We have reviewed the work you did here today over the last 8 hours or so. And for someone that has never touched dwarven blacksmithing materials before, you did exceptionally well on the first 2 items. The third one was sloppy. But seeing as how these extraordinary circumstances of a non-dwarf passing the trials, or potentially passing the trials, there is a second stage that is rarely used. Within the Heartforge itself, there are the Guardians of the Forge, constructs directly brought to life by Morgan, and got it to stop all of those but those who have passed the trial. If you and your companions were willing to go down and defeat it in combat, with how close you were, we will consider that a success and grant further access.
I hate to shoot arrows at something. I'm always down.
Look around to the other 3 and see what they say.
Absolutely.
Bal already has like his hand on his mace, ready to light it up. Or
Shield's
Tomash.
already out front.
I think we accept.
Excellent. That sounds good. We will escort you immediately to the forge to face this trial.
Has this trial ever been accomplished?
I'd rather not say.
I'll just follow him down, and
They lead you out of
as
the
we're
room
going,
and down a hallway and
as
then out. Yeah.
yeah, as we're when we're about to get there, I will reach over and squeeze Lucy's hand again and cast Warding Bond. So that lasts for an hour, non-concentration. It only works, so the spell drops if we're more than 60 feet away from each other. And as long as it's up, you get +1 to your AC, +1 to all your saves, and resistance to all damage. And then every time you take damage, I take the same amount.
Alrighty.
But it's halved, right?
Well, so like if she gets hit for 20, she takes 10 and I take 10.
Yeah. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Then the half you
Because
take.
she's got resistance to it, and then I take the same amount.
Okay.
And that will continue to be the case if she turns into a T-Rex.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot you guys had T-Rex powers now. I actually don't like how this looks, so I'm going to do it a different way. Give me a
T-Rex
second.
powers
Two
activate.
levels
The,
now.
the T-Rex is the reason I re-prepared that spell when we hit 10th level. Because I got an extra spell slot.
You know, like the Wonder Twins, the T-Rex powers, they couldn't even connect.
All right. Doors to the forge are open, and it's this kind of narrow, rocky passageway, kind of lava pools in like the middle of the room, in all these cracks and things.
I'll be the last one to go through the door. I turn to the guy who escorted us.
Mm-hmm.
I say, "Here, hold my sandwich. We got this.
All right.
You can eat it." As I walk in,
And about 60 feet in front of you, this construct, this golem made of lava, will kind of rise out of a pool before like these two shields, just lined with spikes, one in each arm, kind of materialize out of lava and then harden as his entire body kind of turns into this black steel. And because this fight is going to take a very long time, that's where we're going to leave it.
All right.
All right.
So we'll see you guys next week. And we'll see you
probably
guys.
take about 3 hours.
Oh, yeah, possibly.
5
Actually,
minute
knowing how
rest,
much damage you guys
3 hours.
do, hour and a half until break.
Do we all want to put a poll on it? Hour? I go hour.
Yeah, I'll put a Twitter poll up for the vote. But with that, we'll see you guys Wednesday for Odoron episode 2. As they enter a Dwargar city on a cart, we're gonna see what happens to those chuckle fucks.
Sounds like a fucking adventure, boys. Who's ready to go on it?
Yeah. Anyways, see you guys later. Bye.